Top 7 Most Elite Private Armies. We've talked about the military before. The vast array of specialized task forces, weaponry, and technological advancements have long made the varied armed forces of the world an intimidating and marvelous subject. However, with the huge amount of cutbacks, including budgetary and personnel cuts, private security and task firms have become something of a booming underdog force. These groups of privatized mercenaries range from the deadly to straight up ballsy, but they all share the same quality: they're flat out intimidating. Today, let's take a look at some of the most dangerous private armies in the world. You won't believe the places some of these mercs will go. Number 7. Unity Resources Group. The Australian-owned Unity Resources Group has steadily grown its Iraqi presence as sovereign armies continue to withdraw, with a staff of over 1,200 worldwide. Comprised of Australian, American, and British war veterans, its management is overseen by seasoned professionals. Best known for its successful guarding of the Australian embassy in Baghdad, Unity staff have also been the subject of 2 controversial car shootings in Iraq. One that resulted in the death of an Australian professor, and another that left 2 civilian women dead. Operating throughout the Americas, Europe, Central Asia, and Africa, their security assistance is formidable and altogether intimidating. Number 5. Défense Internationale. By sourcing and training their privatized military personnel from Latin America, Défense Internationale has also recruited a bevy of fighters, something to the tune of thousands and thousands, from developing countries all over the world. With headquarters stationed in Peru and offices located in Iraq, Dubai, Sri Lanka, and the Philippines, their sometimes horrifically underpaid agents are contracted drivers, static guards, bodyguards, and logistics specialists. Drawing controversy over the financial treatment of its members, it's been estimated that up to 1,000 Latin Americans were employed as guns for hire in the Middle East. Although official numbers have not been disclosed, it's safe to say they're up there. Number 5. Triple Canopy. As one of 8 contractors brought in to replace the withdrawn U.S. forces in Iraq, this approximate 1,800-deep private army is primarily made up of Ugandan and Peruvian soldiers, oftentimes on contracts upwards to $1.5 billion. Triple Canopy is summarized as a well-trained professional workforce with significant prior experience. Their private military has employed another 3,000 soldiers in many places around the world, including contracts initiated in Haiti to guard the U.S. Embassy and to Israel to provide personal protection services for the U.S. State Department. Triple Canopy have often recruited the ranks of the previously mentioned Défense Internationale. Number 4. DynCorp. The Virginia-based DynCorp is also one of the 8 contractors brought in to replace the withdrawn U.S. forces in Iraq. However, their intimidating presence can be found worldwide in the likes of Eastern Europe, Africa, and Latin America, amassing over $3.4 billion in revenue each and every year. With an enormous staff that has been reported to be in excess of over 10,000 mercenaries, the firm has controversially racked up a bad reputation as being a trigger-happy institution, further exasperated by their treatment of rebel groups in Colombia in the early 2000s. Aside from their main specialties, DynCorp have also been sent to disarm fighters in Liberia, Southern Sudan, and Somalia. Number 3. Aranis International. As another one of the contractors to follow the U.S. State Department's contracts in Iraq, this massive institution recently brought over 16,000 of its membered guards to 282 different locations around the dangerous landscape, becoming a threatening force that protected energy assets and key oil pipelines scattered about. Apart from their looming presence in Iraq, the group also holds a steady rule in Africa, where they've focused the majority of their operations in. Their impressively effective initiatives have awarded them high-ticket contracts in the Republic of Congo for security at major iron ore and other gas, oil, and energy-based projects. Number 2. G4S. Boasting a roster of over 625,000 employees, this staggeringly large security firm giant is the second largest private employer in the entire world, coming in just behind the merchandising monster Walmart. Although a fair share of G4S business has its roots in security, mainly routine reinforcement to banks, prisons, and airports, they play an integral role in crisis zones around the world. After absorbing Armor Group, another organization of 9,000 guards providing protection to non-military supply convoys in Iraq in 2008, G4S has spread its looming presence over to 125 countries, including some of the most terrifying areas of Latin America and Africa. Number 1. Academy. As the owner and operator of one of the most advanced training facilities in the world, Academy's 7,000-acre facility is one of the largest and singularly complex private military training grounds on the globe. Formerly named both Blackwater and XC Services, slightly outdated numbers in 2007 purported that they had produced an army comprised of 20,000 troops, 20 aircraft, trained war dogs, and an entire fleet of armored vehicles, with most of it being shipped to Iraq and Afghanistan under contract from the US government. After scaling their Iraqi presence back after some controversial moments, Academy was also recruited to help protect the ravaged streets of New Orleans after the Hurricane Katrina disaster and to protect Japan's missile defense systems, amongst others across the world, with their fiery presence routinely being named as one of, if not the boldest private mercenary group of all time. Thank you for watching Interesting Top 7s. We'd like to thank user Gaming Pro HD 2.0 for suggesting the topic of today's episode. Do you have an idea for a future Top 7? Leave a comment below. Who knows? You may see your idea in an upcoming list. And as always, if you love our lists, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for new videos every week.